Tonight's story is not fiction. The names have been changed. The address has been removed. But the police report real. In October 2021, a woman moved into an old Victorian house in Norwich. 3 weeks later, she vanished. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, no body. But investigators found something disturbing in the attic. 3 sets of scratch marks, 3 voice recordings, and 1 final sentence that has never been publicly explained. If you're alone right now, you may want to turn the lights on, because after you hear this, you might start listening to your ceiling. In October 2021, Olivia Carter signed a 6-month lease on a narrow Victorian house in a quiet neighborhood of Norwich. She was 29, freelance illustrator, worked from home. The house was older than most on the street, built in 1898. Slanted roof, thin walls, an attic no one had used in decades. The landlord mentioned it casually. "There's storage up there," he said. "Nothing special." Olivia liked old houses. She liked character. She didn't like silence. That house had a different kind of silence. Week 1, nothing dramatic, just small things. Footsteps above her bedroom at night. Soft, slow, like someone pacing. The attic didn't have flooring, just beams and insulation. No reason anyone could walk up there. She blamed squirrels. Then she heard it, dragging, like fabric being pulled across wood. It stopped when she turned the light on. Every time. The smell. By week 2, there was a smell. Not rot, not gas. Something metallic, like old coins and damp fabric. It only appeared at night, right above her head. One evening, she grabbed a broom and hit the ceiling 3 times. Immediately, 3 hits came back from above, not scurrying, not scratching. 3 deliberate impacts. She laughed nervously. "Okay, that's not funny." Silence. Then 1 slow scrape across the ceiling directly over her. The neighbor. Olivia mentioned it to her next-door neighbor, an older man named Graham. When she said attic, his expression changed. "Didn't they tell you?" he asked. "Tell me what?" "The previous tenant, a man named Edward Lang. He had complained about someone living above him." Police searched the attic, found nothing. 2 weeks later, Edward was found dead in the house. Natural causes, officially. But Graham leaned closer. "They said his heart gave out," he whispered. "But the paramedic told my wife he looked terrified." The recording. Olivia bought a motion-activated camera. She placed it in the attic hatch opening and aimed it upward into the darkness. That night, 1:52 a.m., the camera triggered. When she reviewed it in the morning, her stomach dropped. The footage showed darkness, stillness, then a pale shape slowly lowering from the black space between beams. Not climbing down, lowering like it had been hanging there. Long fingers wrapped around a wooden beam, head tilted upside down, watching. The camera glitched, static, when the image returned. Nothing was there. The call that evening. Olivia called the landlord. He sounded annoyed. No one has access to the attic, he insisted. Then, what's up there? Silence. Then he said something strange. It's always been 3. 3 what? He hung up. Night 3 at exactly 1:52 a.m. She woke up. No alarm, just a feeling. The air was heavy, the metallic smell stronger. Then she heard it, breathing, not above her, beside her bed. She turned slowly. Nothing but the indentation on the mattress deepened, as if someone had just sat down. She couldn't move. Sleep paralysis, she told herself. Except she could move her fingers. She could breathe. She just couldn't scream. Then something pressed down on the mattress near her legs. Crawling, slow, measured. The ceiling creaked above at the same time, like something else was pacing. 2 locations. Same movement, mirrored the attic. The next morning, she did something she swore she wouldn't. She climbed up, flashlight shaking in her hand. The attic was mostly empty. Dust, insulation, old boxes, and in the center, a thin mattress, stained, old, and on the beam directly above it, 3 sets of deep scratch marks, grouped in 3s. 3! 3! 3! She backed toward the ladder. Her flashlight flickered, and in the far corner, she saw it, not clearly, but enough. A figure crouched low between beams, too tall to stand, too thin to be healthy. Its head tilted slowly. Matching her angle. Then it smiled, not wide, just enough, and whispered, "You finally came up." The voice was directly behind her ear, but the thing hadn't moved. The last recording. Police found Olivia's phone on the bedroom floor 2 days later. She had sent one final voice memo to herself. Timestamp 1:52 a.m. The recording starts with heavy breathing. Then 3 knocks from inside the room. Then 3 more from above. Then her whisper. "It's not in the attic." Silence. Then there are 3 of them. The recording ends with something softly saying, "Now we don't need the attic." Official outcome: Olivia Carter was declared missing. No signs of forced entry. No body recovered. The attic was empty. No mattress. No scratch marks. Just bare beams. The house remains vacant. The landlord refuses to discuss it. Neighbors claim that sometimes at exactly 1:52 a.m., lights turn on in the attic, though no one lives there. And if you stand on the sidewalk long enough, you can see 3 silhouettes watching from the upper window. If you ever move into an old house and you hear footsteps above you, before you check the attic, ask yourself something simple. If no one is supposed to be up there, why does it sound like pacing? And more importantly, why does it stop when you listen? Olivia Carter was never found. The house was inspected, cleared, declared safe. No evidence of intruders. No structural anomalies. No one living in the attic. Officially, nothing was there. But neighbors still report something strange. At exactly 1:52 a.m., lights flicker in the upper window, and sometimes 3 shadows appear, standing still, watching. So tonight, before you go to bed, listen carefully. If you hear footsteps above you, don't go looking. And whatever you do, don't knock back, because sometimes it isn't the house that's haunted. It's the space above you. If you enjoyed true, documented horror cases like this, subscribe for weekly stories that were never meant to be heard after midnight. Remember, the scariest things don't scream, they wait.